The adventure continues this week on Ford Outfitters.
So yeah, it's a cool outfit that they've got out here, Roe Outfitters. What Darren's running is, you know, he's got the waterfowl thing dialed in, the numbers are here.
Take them!
But then he's got a fly fishing operation for red band trout in one of the best rivers probably in the world.
Get him, Huntley!
It's like two headliners.
Oh, look at the colors on that thing.
It's a world-class opportunity.
Attaboy, Huntley!
4 expert sportsmen on a mission to find North America's top hunting and fishing outfitters. The ones that create the unforgettable adventures and bring us that trophy of a lifetime.
Totally stoked!
Each week, one member of our dream team hits the road in an F-Series truck in a search of the hardest working men and women in the outdoors. This is The Outfitters. A 3,800 square mile watershed, the lifeblood of an economy reliant upon the region's abundant natural resources, both flora and fauna, and the ideal theater for outdoor enthusiasts to perform their arts. Klamath Falls, Oregon, a sportsman's paradise surrounded by rivers, lakes, and marshes teeming with wildlife. These fertile wetlands, ideally located in the heart of the Pacific Flyway, form the perfect storm and make the Klamath Basin the #1 stopping point for migratory waterfowl. Location, location, location. Darren Roe and his wife and business partner Jennifer have been hard at work here for 30 years.
It's been a long journey, a lot of fun. We basically work and operate in all of Southern Oregon. We go all the way from the Coast Range to the eastern slope of the Cascades. We do fly fishing, we do waterfowl hunting, we do upland.
Let me get some more details from you.
We do a little bit of kayaking and canoe tours. Those are a lot of fun. A lot of rafting, hiking, eco tours. We're pretty busy. We're running 365 days a year. I can't think of a better way to make a living, being around great people and the outdoors.
I think everybody wants to go somewhere new. And it's interesting because I've been to not really exotic places, but I've been to places quite far away. And Oregon's kind of next door to me, you know, and it's not far from Montana. I've driven through it once or twice. I've never fished or hunted it, and it's kind of a sleeper state, and I think there's a lot of benefit to that. It's a first for me, which is always perfect. Hey, Darren.
Hey, Huntley.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? Huntley Ritter. How are you?
Darren, great. How's it going?
It's going well. Just got in. I'm excited. You know, it's my first time to Oregon. I've never hunted or fished here.
I am excited to take you then. So let's show you a little bit of Oregon hospitality. We get up before daylight a lot. It's just part of the job, and it's part of what we do. People miss so much. They miss all these sunrises. They miss the world waking up, the birds, the animals, just things that they aren't going to see if they're getting up an hour after daylight. Go. I wish I could explain it to them better, but unless they go out and experience it. Yeah, nice work, guys. They're not gonna see that. Atta girl. And that's part of one of the things that we get to do and show people is that sunrise. I love it. Love it. That part of the world that they've missed.
Right at first shooting light, which is still kind of dark, there were so many ducks in there. So I mean, it's a really good area. And lay out blinds, a perfect setup, so yeah, it's fun.
Oh, honker heavy.
The Outfitters is brought to you by the 2015 Ford Super Duty. If you want the fruit, you better be willing to do the labor. For Darren Roe, the work begins well before the shooting starts.
Go. Scouted this area a lot, been watching the bird patterns. Even when I'm in another field, I know this property well enough that I can see where birds are headed. and what direction they're doing, and when they disappear out of the skyline, I have a pretty good feel that they're landing in that field. So I would go and check, and sure enough, oh, honker, heavy. The birds were where I thought they would be. Rule of thumb is scout the day before and go where they were the day before. So that's what we're doing. Kill him, kill him, kill him. Attaboy, Huntley!
It's a really good area, and I mean, they're just right on top of us. We probably could eliminate it out pretty quickly.
Clear,
Right here.
clear.
Which is typical, you know, if you have a good duck area, it's gonna go down, you know, normally really fast, that first shooting light. And I got a nice shot on a honker, and so, yeah, it was fun.
A break in the action morphs into an extended lull as the morning progresses and the rising ceiling sends the birds high and out of range. Dogs and hunters grow impatient, and at 10:30, Darren makes the call.
So let's go ahead and get these birds taken care of, get them all cleaned up, grab a bite to eat. We'll roll back out here early afternoon, and maybe we'll move these decoys down a little bit, since it seemed like some of those birds wanted to land further down the line, and reposition the blinds, and we'll go for it again, huh?
Cool.
The morning hunt went fine. We didn't get as many birds as we could have. The bird pattern showed that they were kind of transitioning, what we call trading water, or roosting or resting areas. So they didn't really try to get in the fields to feed. So what we thought we'd do is set up again and hunt in the evening and try to pick up a few more birds, just so we can enjoy the rest of our day in the field.
Do you guys see many teal over here, or is it mostly just greenheads? Or
You know, there's the spot that we're gonna hunt. I did see a nice group of teal in there the other day, which I really loved.
even this late in the season?
This is early for us. I know
Really?
we usually hunt. Yeah, we see a lot of birds all the way, a lot of teal all the way
Wow.
to December.
They're pretty amazing how they migrate.
Are those blue wings?
Yeah. Do you guys get blue wings here?
We don't get
You get
blue
green?
wings, green wings and a few cinnamons early on. They're out of their color phase, but what we're gonna see in this field is mallards, maybe a few pintail, maybe a few widgeon, but primarily mallards and maybe some Canada geese.
And are these local birds, you think, or are these migrators?
We've got a mix of both right now. We're in that transition period, so we're definitely seeing a transition of migrating birds.
And these birds, I guess, are coming down from Alberta.
Yeah. Although, interestingly enough, some of the snow geese we get in the spring have red neck collars, and they're from Russia.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
To intercept the evening flight, the boys move to another portion of the ranch, another savvy maneuver by Darren Roe. The third member of this trio is family friend and guide, Matt Brimmer.
Matt is a respiratory therapist by trade. Okay, we got another big group coming right over our heads. Phenomenal waterfowl hunter and guide. Matt and I met actually when my oldest boy, Ethan, had RSV when he was just a few months old. Oh, here comes those four. And Matt was treating him.
The greenheads, they're out front. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Okay, kill those greenheads.
Helped us through some rough times, you know, with our baby. So of course you bond with that person, and then, you know, getting to know them.
Good job, guys. Way to pick green out of the group. That is tough shooting right there.
You realize I like this guy, and hey, we need some help. You want to do some guiding for us? And he was like, yeah, of course I do. And that relationship just built and blossomed and grew over the years, and now we both have families, and we have lifelong friendships going on here.
Not a bad looking greenhead.
Alas, all good things must come to an end.
All right, guys, shooting time's over. Yeah, after you hunt all day and you know, you put all this energy and excitement into the hunt, then you're tired, and then you have all this gear that you put out, and you don't just leave it out, you gotta pick it up. So we're gonna load those sleds back up, put the gear back in the bags, drag everything back out of the field, load it in the Super Duty, and head on back, get a shower, get some food and some shut-eye, and go do it again tomorrow.
Coming up, Huntley and Roe Outfitters set their sights on Canada geese.
Get him, Huntley.
And later,
Get him, nice, got him, tip up now.
native red band rainbows of the Klamath River beckon
There you go, yeah.
when the Outfitters returns. In Oregon's Klamath Basin, outfitter Darren Rowe once again has done his homework.
I'd like to meet Huntley about 5 a.m. Of course, it'll be pretty dark then, and we're gonna go on out and we're gonna hook up to the trailer.
Yeah, it's good.
And we'll drive out to a field that I've scouted exactly where the birds are landing. We're gonna set up in that spot, hide the blinds, get all brushed up, wait for daylight, and go from there.
I mean, all different waterfowl has their different attributes, and I think one of the things that's attractive about waterfowl hunting is there's variation. There's so many different species, and I've been doing it for a while now, and still, it's like, I would consider a novice at it, because there's so many different kinds of waterfowl and behavior patterns, and when you really, really dive deep into it, you almost need to have a biology degree in it. Darren brought one of his guides with him, Brant, young guy, waterfowl fanatic, great caller. And the main reason is, you know, when you're goose hunting, the more people you can have that are calling, it really helps build confidence in those birds and it sounds more realistic. You know, it's a lot of work. I'm not sure if people realize, especially on a goose hunt, those guys work really hard. I know they're just blowing on a call, but it's exhausting. I mean, it's a lot of work blowing a goose call. Yeah, so it's just nice when you have a couple guys that can help out.
The geese are hitting 3 or 4 different fields, and they're really spinning around. The weather's kind of warm and been a little bit nice recently, so the birds haven't had a real need to feed. Coming in from the left, coming in from the left. But they're coming through the areas and over the fields and landing in enough of the fields that I think we can get at least a few birds. Get ready. Okay, killing. Bam! Nice. Nice work, guys.
So the goose hunting here, or at least this time of year, we're not having big pushes coming from Canada.
Georgie, here. Come here. Here.
And the way he set his decoys up, which I think was really smart, is he didn't put a big spread. He put a very small spread of honkers out because the geese are not coming in those big groups. So yeah, we're having smaller groups, which is a much more fun way of hunting. Because when a big group comes in, if you pull a couple out of there, you've spooked and educated that whole group, versus if you have a group of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 come in, those are ideal. And that's typically what we had. We have, you know, a pair come in, or we'd have a very small group come in. So in my opinion, pretty ideal and perfect. Putting out the decoys is a bit of an art form, and you know, commonalities just for waterfowl hunting, you're obviously, the birds are gonna land into the wind.
Get them, Huntley.
And honestly, you just keep trying different things. Kind of like changing flies until you get a fish to hit.
Georgie, back, 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 back.
Every good duck camp or goose camp has a dog. If you're on a waterfowl guide, you gotta have a dog. So Darren's got a really cool Chesapeake Bay, Georgie.
Back!
She's small for a Chessie, and she's pretty old, but she still gets it done.
Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Had her for 9 years. She's a little hard of hearing right now because of her age and a lot of gunshots around her. And that's pretty typical. She's a pleaser. She's a great Chesapeake as far as good dog. What people say about Chesapeakes being a little one-person dog or ornery, for the most part, anybody could come in my backyard and take that dog and she would go hunt with him. She just loves everyone. Come on, kill.
A promising morning is cut short by one of the slight variables that only truly dedicated waterfowlers are privy to.
The decoys got a little frosty this morning too, and that didn't help our cause at all. When you transition from, even though it was 35, 36 degrees, as the sun's coming up, it cools down a few more degrees, and you get this light coating of frost on the decoys. They get shiny and a little bit white, and then as it melts, the sun comes up and then it gets a weird reflection, and that doesn't help your cause either. So unfortunately, we got bit by the frost. We waited as long as we could to put the decoys out, but we still ended up with a little bit of a shine on the decoys. But I think you'll see a difference when we hunt this evening in how the birds react to the decoys with a little bit of shadowy overcast. You can see there's some clouds rolling in. We're supposed to have some more wind and it'd be a little cloudier this afternoon, and you'll see a huge change in how the birds react.
Take him.
Oh, I got that one and then that. Bam. Finally.
Nothing beats the satisfaction of a game well played and full bag limits. Coming up, native red band rainbows of the Klamath River beckon.
Oh yeah.
The fact that I'm setting up a wilderness camp, as an outfitter, I'm confident this truck can handle what I need to put it through. I need to keep my horses safe. I need to keep any passengers in my vehicle safe. It's a great opportunity to test out the all-new 2015 Ford F-150. This is the Built Tough Field Test. I've got to hook up my horse trailer, and the dynamic hitch assist is going to help me do that. The rear view camera is going to make sure I back directly underneath that ball. Now, once I get close, what I do is I push this, and then I can see the ball. Now watch this. And the line's curved to show me exactly where I need to be. Guide you right in. Look, we're almost there, and bang. I'll go grab and hook everything up.
Sounds good.
I'm in this beautiful country though.
Oh, it's stunning.
And it's rough country. I mean, we really are putting the truck through its paces here. It's just nice being able to haul these horses clear back in here. I mean, we're off-road. We've got 4,000 pounds back there if you count our furry friends. And between the trailer brakes helping us get down these really steep hills and the power going up the steep hills, it's nice. All we've got to do is get them to camp. I'm ready to go hunting, buddy. How about you?
Game time.
To see what happens, log on to thefordoutfitters.com.
Enter for your chance to win the official ride of the Outfitters, the all-new 2015 Ford F-150 with EcoBoost, or win one of 4 perfect weekend adventures designed by the Outfitters hosts.
I do a lot of fly fishing in Montana. It's mostly trout, West Slope cutthroat trout where I live, and then, rainbows and browns.
Let's start with your box. Put a few of these nymphs in here.
Red band trout I've never caught. I don't know much about it. I've been hearing more and more riding around in the truck with Darren.
Nose on the tailgate. Perfect.
Sounds like fish per mile is just insane.
Perfect.
They're telling me, look, there's nowhere you're gonna fish that has this kind of fishing, this many fish, and this size of fish.
Are we gonna start off with nymphs, or are we gonna start off with streamers, or?
What I think we'll go ahead and do is we'll rig both rods, and we'll run some nymphs through the holes first, and then we'll follow up with some streamers, and then maybe the next hole we'll reverse that. We'll start with some streamers and come through with some nymphs, and you know what? We're gonna have a lot of fun. Between indicator fishing and throwing some streamers, we'll get some fish today, and hopefully you learn something along the way. We're gonna float about 5 miles today. These fish like you to work the water real heavy. There's so much food that you have to really work the hole thoroughly. We have some class 3 and class 4 rapids that we're gonna be going through. It'll make you sit up and pay attention. Our job as guides and outfitters is to absolutely show our guests the best time possible.
Remember, it's an upstream hook set. Keep feeding it. There you go. Get in. There's our fish. Yow! Oh! Hey, keep it down.
A part of that job is being a teacher.
Get him. Nice. Got him. Tip up now. Up, up, up. There you go. Let him run. Let him run. That's a good one.
I grew up in Eugene. I got an opportunity to move to Southern Oregon and go to work for a bank.
Perfect. Strip. There we go.
And while I was working for the bank, I was guiding part-time.
Klamath River Red Band.
Man, that is a nice fish.
Nice job, buddy.
After I worked in the banking industry for a couple of years and lived in a large metropolitan area.
On a 5-weight rod, that is a lot of fun.
Look at that fish, brother.
Wow, that is great. The beast.
I realized my passion really was taking people to experience things in the outdoors that they had never done before. So as soon as I fulfilled my obligations to the bank.
There we go, right there.
Oh, that's a money spot. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. Woo!
I gave my resignation and went into guiding full-time and moved
Oh, baby.
back to Southern Oregon and started this industry, this career.
Gather a little bit of that line on your reel, Huntley. Get that out of your way. He looks like he's staying tight. He's on the sculpin. I'm gonna step out and net him down here off this rock for you so it's a lot easier. Okay. Got your sea legs, bud?
Yeah.
You got a little attitude, Huntley.
What I don't miss is the suit and tie and,
Nice.
you know, the 9 to 5. My office is open 24 hours a day.
Check it out.
Nice.
You might be up 4 hours before daylight and back 3 or 4 hours after dark
All right.
in this industry. But it's what you love, it's your passion.
Oh, look at the colors on that thing.
Sharing that with people is the reward.
Next week, join us for a stroll down memory lane
I just scored my first moose.
as we recap the best moments from 2014 on The Outfitters.
Thank you so much.
Great job, great job.
Fishing ain't for sissies.